Please subscribe the channel for daily exclusive Reddit content, and don't forget to like and comment. Today's story, my F27 husband, M27, said that I don't look cute in any outfit he has seen on me. Before we dated, I often wore feminine, but very conservative, outfits and dresses just go out to the park or on errands. While we dated, and early in our marriage, I was finishing school and mostly just wore casual shirts and pants. I was overall too busy and stressed to worry about dressing up at all. We suffered a traumatic late miscarriage about a year ago. He was incredibly supportive and loving throughout the whole experience, even through his own grief. For a long time, we both lived in a depression pit, gained weight, and barely changed out of pajamas. Since then, my husband and I have started to get better and lose weight. For a while I just wore jeans and t-shirts as my weight changed. Then he suggested, compassionately I thought, that maybe I should focus more on prettier clothes and makeup to help my self-esteem. I thought, great. I haven't really felt pretty and feminine in a long time. So we were both excited to buy some new clothes / makeup, and I unpacked some of my old outfits that I could fit in again. I asked him a couple times about what sort of aesthetic he likes, and a few times he pointed out, not obnoxiously, an outfit / style that he liked on a TV character or whatever. So over some time, I bought some pieces I thought we both would like, and I broke out some dresses that I had always felt cute in. After I felt that I had enough for a few full outfits, I started wearing them around the house and the few times I have gone out by myself. The first time he saw me in one of my new outfits that I thought was cute and fit well, he just looked uncomfortable and definitely not impressed. He said, I guess I'm just not used to the new look, but I'm really glad that you like it. It hurt me a bit, but I brushed it off thinking that it really has been a very long while since he has seen me in a dress or heavier makeup. A week or so later, we planned a fancy date night at home, and I dressed up modestly, no cleavage and opaque tights, before picking him up from work. As soon as he saw me, he just seemed incredibly embarrassed and sort of looked like he hoped his coworkers didn't see me. We stopped to get some wine, and he dissuaded me from going in with him because I just looked overdressed compared to him. I figured I could see where he was coming from and tried to let that go too. Then the next outfit just didn't look right. Anyway, he has now seen every new outfit over many weeks and has only expressed a range of indifference to actively looking a little disgusted. By now my self-esteem is shot, and I keep trying new combinations of clothes to try to find something that he actually likes. This all came to a head one day when I was in a particularly bad place and I just asked him if there was any combination of clothes I could wear to look pretty that day. He said that he realized that he would rather me just wear jeans and t-shirts. I asked him if he really thought I actually looked cute in those worn out clothes, and he said no. He saw the sadness on my face and he just starts weeping. I ask him why he is crying, and he just goes off bawling and apologizing and confessing that I just don't look good in anything. He said I don't actually look good in t-shirts, but that it doesn't look like you're trying to look cute, so it's better then when it looks like you are trying harder. By now I'm crying, but he keeps going and says that he is so sorry and that I deserve someone that thinks I'm attractive all the time. He said that he wishes that he had the money to afford the most expensive clothes, makeup, and surgeries, WTF, so that I could be as beautiful as possible and wear whatever I wanted. I just stood there dumbfounded and just asked if he really doesn't think I'm beautiful. He then enthusiastically said that looks aren't important, that I'm beautiful in my own way to him, and that he loves me for my brain. Now I really have no idea how to even process this. I have no idea how I can ever feel attractive again. Can I really expect my husband not to stray if he has this opinion of me? He is supportive of me in every other way, but just the thought of being in public with him makes me want to die now. The worst part is that after a few days passed, he continues to point out outfits he likes on other women. Would it be wrong of me to ask him to stop making any small comment on any other women, just to baby my broken self-esteem? TLDR, my husband suggests that I start dressing better, then says that none of my clothes look good enough. Otherwise, he is supportive / loving, and says he wants to continue to be with me. Wait, did you guys get therapy after your miscarriage? Cause yes, he sounds like an a-hole for what he's saying. But I'm wondering if he's not too far gone in the trauma that he doesn't realize he's being a D, especially since he's also crying when you cry. I think you both need to go into marriage and family therapy. I think couples counseling is absolutely needed here. He needs to get to the root of this problem. I wonder if, because you both gained weight and let yourselves go, which is totally understandable, BTW, he now sees your attraction level as a unit. I mostly only wear dresses and sometimes my husband feels inadequate going out with me, but he doesn't project that on me. He just dresses up when he'd be happier in a shirt and basketball shorts. Maybe your husband thought that by making you into a hot wife he could feel better about himself. But he feels even worse, and he's tearing you down, rather than face his own true inadequacies. Regardless, that's something he's going to have to hash out in therapy or couples counseling. Your husband should find you attractive as you are, in your base state so to speak. If he doesn't, that's something that the two of you need to work through in a way that doesn't involve you changing what you look like. In top of that, you should wear what you like, and what you feel comfortable in, and what you think looks good on you. Once you have assurance that your husband thinks you're attractive as you are, then he can suggest a few outfits for you to wear as a treat for him. But if you don't believe he's attracted to you as you are, any suggestion from him is going to land badly. Yeah, Surgeries kind of suggests that this is not something that's about you. Him wishing you were someone else is his issue. You could look into couples counseling to figure out what exactly is going on. Some dudes get the "you're a mom and now you can't be hot" idea going. So maybe there's still something of your miscarriage in the way. All those women he's pointing out, if you wear the outfit, he'll probably have that same complaint again. It might be that this is not something you can recover in this marriage. Don't be afraid to walk away when you find that point. Life is short. You deserve better treatment. You mentioned conservative dress a few times. Like, you dressed really nice but conservative. Does he have issues about women being too SUAL or looking too SY? For some reason I'm wondering if this isn't so much about you, but some kind of hang up he has. Maybe you were looking too IDK SY in a floozy way to him. Obviously I would hate if he felt that way, but it's something he could work out in therapy. Other than that, couples counseling, it's going to be hard to move forward until he can articulate the problem, and surgery isn't the answer, and it's upsetting he said that. Surgeries? Seriously? I can see not really caring for your so style, but to outright say nothing that you do will make you the least bit attractive is mean and cruel. Even if I thought something like that about a person, let alone my spouse, I would never say it. Your husband just outright called you ugly and said he isn't attracted to you in anything you own. This is beyond Reddit. Personally, I think you should go find someone that does find you attractive and who isn't a total a-hole. So, in all your years together he never once called you pretty, cute, SY, never ever once expressed attraction to your body. Why did you marry him? This isn't about clothes. Did you by any chance have more success in your weight loss than he did? I only ask because his behavior here is pretty shitty and seems like it might correlate. Maybe he is possibly depressed and jealous and this is a way to bring you back down to his level. Maybe his attraction is dulled with depression, but it's iffy if he's pointing out other women. Some possibilities. Maybe the fact that he brought up changing you with clothes / makeup / surgery if you had the funds is what turns this for me into something more concerning. I had an ex who was very subtly abusive and very manipulative. He would tell me that we could fix my small BBS or my skin issues, and super casually, if I confronted him about how this hurt me, he'd always cry and make it so I comforted him. It made it a lot harder to see that this was really not okay. I understand this may not be your experience, but it's not dissimilar. Rarely does someone saying, "your looks don't matter," is a result of them genuinely having no investment in physical attraction. It reads more like, "I think you're unattractive, but I'm willing to put up with it to be with you because of X, Y, Z. I could be reading him poorly or being too harsh because of my own past, I realize. But there are definitely big red flags here. Definitely seek couples and maybe individual therapy/counseling if you can/ aren't already, especially considering your relationship history. If you want to try and salvage this, I have to say, though, finding someone who finds you attractive completely, inside and out, is pretty awesome. I'm not saying leave your husband, but keep your mind open with your options. You need to see a therapist together. To me it sounds like he's had a lot of pent-up trauma and frustration surrounding the miscarriage and your years of being overweight, and now perhaps that you're trying to look prettier, it's calling his own self-esteem into question. Perhaps he's afraid to find you attractive in a way he's not used to for fear of others doing so and him losing you. Trust me, see a therapist and try not to take it personally. This sounds far more complex than just he doesn't find you attractive. I could, of course, be wrong. Either way, he's your husband and therapy is a most first order solution. It's not okay for him to make you feel horrible, and it's not okay for him to constantly jab at you by pointing out what he finds attractive in other women, especially if it makes you uncomfortable. There are two options here. 1. He is a self-aware asshole who secretly wants you to feel bad about yourself. For whatever reason. Maybe he's afraid of you becoming / being better looking than he is, or fatter than he is. Maybe it's some passive aggressive attempt to make you leave him, or maybe it's negging to the extreme. 2. He is absolutely clueless, but honestly does love you. In this case, I will say that attraction waxes and wanes in long-term relationships all the time. Be it a change in physicality, illness, a difficult phase of the relationship, or too much familiarity, it can happen. That said, I've known long-term couples to recapture the attraction successfully. What you and he have to understand is that you're likely never going to get 100% back the initial thrill, the attraction phase of a relationship, but the attachment part is where your relationship can thrive. I sound like a broken record here. My go-to advice for stuff like this is therapy for both you and perhaps individually. If you only take away one thing here, it's this: you are not unattractive. Even if your partner doesn't find you attractive now for the reasons stated above, it doesn't mean he never will again, and it damn sure doesn't mean that there aren't hundreds or thousands of men out there that do or would find you attractive. Know what I mean? This is a blow to your ego and to your relationship, but it doesn't have to be a death blow. Last week I broke up with my ex because he admitted he didn't like my body where he met me, and that he grew into it. Just writing this out hurts. Dump him. Forget about him. I'm surprised you haven't strayed from the marriage. Instead of asking him how you look, wear something you like, and just leave the house. Don't ask his opinion. Don't let him comment. Just go out in the outfit. You may start to notice that other people think you look good. Just continue to get dressed, look pretty, and don't give him a chance to comment until you've already completed your daily tasks. Then just say so and so complimented me today and told me I look beautiful. I really like this outfit, and then go to another room. If this doesn't start a change in behavior, do you really want to feel this way the rest of your life? Like really? This is really confusing to me. BC, when I love someone, I find them attractive, even if they aren't Hollywood handsome. When I go out with friends, I think they look good in the clothes that they choose, and can tell them this looks fantastic, or that shirt looks great, but the color is weird, or whatever. But to say he loves you, but doesn't think you ever look good, that's a serious problem, and can't possibly be based on the facts of how you look. No matter what your body looks like now or before, it's possible that this relationship is done, because I don't think I could come back from my BF saying something like that. Especially since he truly seems to believe it. Not that he's trying to be a jerk, just to get you to break up with him, or something weird and manipulative like that. If your self-esteem is shot after dealing with your BF's constant shooting you down, one thing you might consider doing is finding a style consultant and doing a few sessions. They are amazing at helping clients figure out what makes them feel confident and beautiful, and then fine-tuning a wardrobe that fits your lifestyle and boosts your confidence. If you can't afford that, you might also check out the curated clothes tea, which I learned about on the By the Book podcast, which has some steps for helping readers find clothes that you love. I recommend these things, not because you can't dress yourself well, but because your BF has had you second guessing yourself for so long that you sound like you need someone to reaffirm that you are an adult woman who has opinions of her own and knows what makes her feel beautiful, confident, powerful, relaxed, etc. Eater, sorry, I missed that it is your husband, not a BF. Advice still goes, except maybe find a lawyer first. Op, are you sure the clothing is the issue? It seems like he treats you well at home, but is embarrassed to be with you in public. Why could that be? The fact that he told you that you deserve to be with someone else is a red flag here. Did you get married too fast or too young? Could he be thinking of ending your marriage, but wants you to make the first move? I would have a more serious conversation with him about his true feelings. Leave your style out of it, because that is 100% not the issue here. BTW, I'm sure you look perfectly adorable in anything that you feel comfortable wearing. I don't care if you're so got hit by a bus now looks like Frankenstein's monster. You don't let them feel like you think they are ugly. He is way out of line. Getting older, getting fatter, and yes, even getting uglier is part of life. There is a reason there are number 80-year-old supermodels. Your husband expecting you to look like you did when you first met is unrealistic. He should not say things to make you feel ugly just because you are different now. My ex-boyfriend used to say the same stuff to me. He told me he didn't like what PJs I wore, and he would be more attracted to me if I wore more form-fitting PJs. He told me if I wore yoga pants, he would be more attracted to me, shoes, etc. But it didn't change anything. He liked being with me, but he wasn't all that attracted to me. I felt like S all of the time. My self-esteem was zero. He eventually cheated on me, so I left when my daughter graduated and could help with rent. I'm sorry, but he will never look at you as an attractive person and will most likely cheat and or leave you. It's not you. Remember that. It's him. Get your ducks in a row and prepare yourself. Love. He believes surgery might make you attractive to him. Find yourself a man who can't help but look at you because, to him, you're the most beautiful thing in the room. Find a man who loves the way you look in your daggy jeans and tees, or dolled up in a cute dress. Find a man who adores you in nothing, or dressed up in a hat, coat, and scarf. This man isn't it.